What is good, everyone, and welcome back to the very first video in our series of how to ace the SAT. And today we'll be going over into math and specifically some general strategies and basic equations. So let's get started. The first strategy that we have today is to identify important information in terms, and I want you guys to underline this. Then simplify and rephrase the question, and then circle what is being asked. More times than not, people will actually miss a question simply because they don't read what the question is asking. And so let's get started with the practice problem. So a piece of cloth is cut into three smaller pieces. The first has a length of x centimeters, the second has a length of 3x centimeters, and the third has a length of 4x centimeters. If the difference between the longest and shortest piece is 192 centimeters, what is the length of the total cloth in centimeters? Make sure you circle what the question is asking. All right. So the first thing I want to do is draw a picture. And this time I will draw three pieces of the cloth. And I will label it with the information given in the question. X, 3x, and 4x. Okay, so what do we know? We know that the difference between the longest and shortest pieces is 192 centimeters. So we just have to subtract them. And 4x minus 3 minus x is just 3x. So 3x equals 192 centimeters. So we can simply solve for x by dividing both sides by 3, and that gets us x equals 64. Now, some people might be tempted to pick A and move on, but actually the question is asking what the length of the total cloth is in centimeters. So what we can do is add all the pieces and then multiply by x, since we already solved for x. So if we add these together, get the total length, that gets us x plus 3x plus 4x equals 8x. And then we just multiply that by 64, and that should get us 512. Now, a reminder for you guys digital testers, you might be able to just plug this into your calculator. If you're a paper tester, you just have to write it out and do the multiplication by hand, but it shouldn't be that hard, and that'll get you C. All right, so our next strategy is the plug-in technique. Now, this strategy is really useful if you're confused and don't know what to do on the test. So in this strategy, you just have to pick a random number for x and see if it works. Now, sometimes they'll be asking for equivalent expressions, and you can just plug in whatever value that you choose for x. And what I like to do is I like to choose values that are really low and really easy to work with. So let's take it into a practice problem. So which of the following expressions is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 7 divided by x plus 1? Okay, so I want to choose a random number that is really easy to work with, and in this case, I think 0 would work perfectly. So let's let x equal 0 and plug it into this equation. So 0 squared plus 2 times 0 is 0, and then minus 7, that gets us minus 7, over x plus 1, which is 0 plus 1, which is just 1. So if we plug that in, we get negative 7. So now we just got to plug it into all the answer choices and see which one works. Now, sometimes, it's not very likely, you'll find more than one answer choice that actually gets the same value as you predicted in the very beginning. So I want you to check every single answer choice and make sure that they don't repeat. If they do repeat, you can choose another value. So let's try this. Let's plug in 0 here. So this is 0 minus 4 divided by x plus 1, which is 1. So this gets us negative 4, which we know is not equal to negative 7. So that's wrong. The next one is x plus 1 minus 8 over x plus 1. So x plus 1 is simply 1 minus 8 divided by x plus 1. That's just 1. So 1 minus 8 is negative 7. So this one works. So we'll keep that there. C is x plus 2 minus 7 over x plus 1. So that's just 0 plus 2, 2 minus 7 over x plus 1, which is 1. This gets us negative 5, which is also wrong. And lastly, x minus 5, just plug in 0 and you get 0 minus 5, and that is equal to negative 5. So that is also wrong. And so we are safe to choose B. And that's how you answer these kinds of questions. If you want to do the synthetic division and the algebra, feel free, but this is probably the fastest way to do it. So I recommend you guys using the plug-in technique. And we will conclude this video with fractions. Now, sometimes this can get a bit confusing, but I like to just find a common denominator and then cancel it from the problem so I don't have to deal with it. So over here, if 1 over x plus 1 over x plus 7 equals 3x divided by x squared plus 7x, what is the value of x? So make sure that we circle what the question is asking. Let's go ahead and write this equation out. 1 over x plus 1 over x plus 7 equals 3x over x squared plus 7x. Okay, so in order to get this on a common denominator, there's nothing we can really factor out. So we'll just have to multiply the top and bottom by this term and multiply this top and bottom by that term. So I'll write it out for you. So over here, the denominator is x plus 7. So let's multiply the top and bottom of this expression, 1 over x, by x plus 7. That gets us x plus 7 in the numerator, and that gets us x times x plus 7 in the denominator. Okay, I just multiplied by 1, so that works. Next, we have 1 over x plus 7. And we need to multiply both sides by whatever this denominator is. So let's multiply by x over x. And that gets us x over x times x plus 7. Okay, x plus 7. All right. And the good thing about this is that it actually works on this side as well. As you can see, this is x squared plus 7x, and if we factor out an x from this expression, we can get x times x plus 7, which is really useful because we already have that same thing across the bottom, and that is 3x. Okay, now that we have a common denominator, we can just cancel it out, and that leaves us with x plus 7 plus x equals 3x. Combining like terms gets us 2x plus 7. 2x plus 7 equals 3x. And isolating for x is pretty easy. We just have to subtract 2x from both sides of the equation. Yep. And that should get us 7 equals x. And we're asked for the value of x, so we can just simply pick a. So I hope this video was really informative for you guys, and if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. And if you're looking for more videos like this, please subscribe and check out the playlist linked down below in the description. Thanks again, and have a great day.